All right. Welcome to a new episode of the D.Fos podcast, the first episode of 2026. Shout out to my man Quan at Gorilla Cross Studios, the premier podcast destination. And today, it's the first episode of 2026. I'm honored to have my man Minsiter Strecth Sanders on the show to set it off. How you doing, bro?
Brother, I'm honored, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I know you're a man that's very busy, so I appreciate you stopping through, man, so we can set this off, man. I know a lot of people, man, you known around the city, man, but we just going to get into it, man, get some things popped off, man, and get people that don't know you, get to know you a little bit more, introduce my audience to you. So first of all, let me give you a little backstory on Stretch, man. Extensive resume. Minsiter Strecth Sanders is a 30-year-old husband to Kendall Sanders and father to Stoney and Stevie Sanders. He is the president and founder of Stretch for Change Foundation and Community Crusaders LV. He has been a community leader for 10 years. He is also author of 2 books, a historian, genealogist, revolutionary minister, community organizer, and he is best known for being the youngest in history to run for mayor in Las Vegas. Salute to that. As an empowerment speaker and licensed minister, he lectures and organizes events that are geared towards personal growth, unity, and love. Due to his accomplishments and passion for community service, he is honored with February 19th being proclaimed Minsiter Strecth Sanders Day in the city of Las Vegas. He has organized over 500 events that have brought together more than 10,000 people. His most successful events include We Deserve to Live, George Floyd Riley, that brought together 6,000 people, Blessed Giving, Community Dinner, and the A Gathering for the Black Family. His nonprofit, the Stretch for Change Foundation, has fed hundreds through its program, Love to the Streets program. As a historian and researcher, he has studied the life of African Americans, particularly in the Vegas, back to 1907. His book, Las Vegas Black Figures, children's book, is teaching thousands of children about the Black culture of Las Vegas. As a genealogist, he has traced his family back to 1810, as well as planned their family reunion, which hosts over 475 relatives. He is also a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Nevada, Las Vegas chapter, and the African American Nevada Genealogy Society. Man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, that's impacted, but extensive resume, man, especially for you to be so young, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You did a lot, man. So let's start from the top, man. Where was you born and raised at?
So first and foremost, again, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
I'm always honored and appreciative anytime somebody want to hear from my big mouth.
Oh, man.
If there's anybody you can bring on, so to bring me on, brother, I do not take it lightly.
Yeah.
And I'm never too busy to sit down with a brother to talk. You know, it's one thing people talk about me, but not many people will talk to me.
Okay, that's a big difference.
So I appreciate having an opportunity to. Can't nobody talk about me better than me?
Right, that's true. That's true.
So if you want to hear about me, bring me in. I'll talk about me.
Okay.
So I appreciate that, and so appreciative. So I was born and raised in Chicago.
Okay, Chi-Town.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My family migrated. My grandmother's grandparents brought 9 children to Chicago in 1923. My grandmother and her first cousins were the firstborn in the North. My grandmother's grandparents were the firstborn free in our family. And so my mother's sister was the first one in our family to go to college, to graduate. My mother's father was a businessman who was street influenced. But because of that, you know, they was around entrepreneurship. They was around hustle, you know, the go-getter mindset. So my mother instilled that into me because it was instilled to her.
And so pass that down.
So we always come from an entrepreneur family. Entrepreneurship is key. And then because of Chicago, was a whole lot going on with my brother and the environment we was around. I have a twin brother. My mother moved us to Las Vegas.
Is that right? Is your brother out here?
He is.
He
is. When we were sophomores in high school, we moved us out here.
When did you move out here? What year?
March 7, 2011.
Oh, not that long. You ain't been out there that long.
It'll be 15 years in this upcoming March. Yeah.
Man, you must have hit the ground running, man.
We did. We moved out here, sight, no scene. We had never visited. My mother had been here back in the day, like the early 2000s. But she knew out west would provide better opportunities. So we stepped out on faith. We moved out here. We got off the plane. It was 77 degrees. I'll never. We had on pelly coats and
big difference from big difference from Chi-Town.
We came from a blizzard.
Yeah,
we almost missed our flight because when we got to O'Hare Airport, it was Man, there was snow all everywhere, 27 inches.
Man, 27 degrees.
We on the plane sweating like slaves, and we get out here, and I'm like, oh. We took them coats off. It was like we stripped off more than the coat. I felt like we was really like releasing an old life to a new life. That's how I felt. And we enrolled in Las Vegas High School. We made friends instantly, and I was there for 6 days.
6 days?
And this brother named Delino, we called him DJ, started calling me Stretch.
Okay.
Man, you stretching up.
He started calling you Stretch?
He started calling shout DJ. He's the one that named me Stretch. First, I ain't like it because I was like, Stretch? What? My name Vance, Stretch. And once the coaches and, the girls was like, what's up, Stretch? I said, I think I like this.
Okay, it just kind of stuck with you.
It kind of stuck.
Okay.
Gave me
What's
an identity.
Your real name?
Vance, okay. Vance Charles Sanders.
It just seems like Stretch is just such a fit.
It is. My family calls me Vanny or Twin. But when Stretch came, it was like, I like this. And it just kind of stuck. I didn't think I would take it into my 30s, but I do keep it, especially being a minister, because when I got saved at 19, I struggled with what parts of my old life do I leave behind?
Yes.
And Stretch was one of those things I had to consider. But I don't ever think people need to, you don't have to join Christ and then become a lame. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's true.
I've always been popular. I've always been loved. I've always been, I was the most popular dude in my high school. You know what I'm saying? So when I got into a new life, I'm like, no matter what, I'm going to always be big energy, big attention. So be yourself.
Who I am, just be it for
myself.
Christ. Yeah, just be it for Christ. Okay.
I'm wearing my necklaces before my ears start hurting. I was wearing hoop earrings. Like, I'm just not going to change. I'm going to be me. I'm going to wear my hat. I'm going to wear my shades. Like, I have to be myself.
Right. And I think that's God. That's what God wants you to be. He wants you to be unique. Out of 8 billion people, everybody's unique, and he wants you to be you.
And the generation I've always tried to reach since I've been saved at 19, they look like me.
Yeah, they look like you.
I'm trying to reach the earring generation. I'm trying to reach the jewelry generation. I'm trying to reach that generation. I'm not trying to reach, even though my following supporters have been from 8 to 80, I'm trying to get those who traditionally wouldn't go into church.
Right.
Who
so
wouldn't
you're
go
trying to reach a
spaces.
certain demographic, and it's based on who you are.
Yes. My homies got nicknames.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? People I'm reaching, we got nicknames. So I kept that. When I heard Reverend Run from Run DMC.
That was the perfect example. Reverend Run. He kept the Run from Run DMC, but he put the Reverend in front of it.
Because that's his brand. He's known for that.
Right. And I think you just fused both of them. So that's great, man. That's
so
great.
So we moved out here. It wasn't an easy transition. My mother, it took almost a year to find work. So we struggled. In Chicago, I called us middle class, bro.
Now, was you South Side or West Side Chicago?
South Side, baby. 92nd and Marquette.
Okay.
West Side, don't just.
Oh, okay. I always get confused. Now, let me ask you this: is Harold's Chicken all over Chicago? Is it on both sides, South Side?
It's not.
It's not.
It's on the South Side, but not the West Side. But it is in the suburbs.
It's in the suburbs.
The West Side, they have Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus.
So South Side, we respect that, and they respect
they got their own.
Correct.
Okay.
Like Uncle Remus would never consider open on the South Side. It's disrespectful.
Really?
No.
That's crazy, man. Okay.
So moving out here, we struggled. I never, growing up in Chicago again, my mother has always, because she's been an entrepreneur my whole life, when checks were short, she worked for a nonprofit. So there's times where she got, grant funding was short.
Okay.
Paycheck was short, but she'll go out and sell earrings, T-shirts.
Do what she had to do.
Man, come home with money.
Okay.
We moved out here, we don't know anybody.
Right.
So when money tight, it's just tight. Man, we open the fridge, ain't nothing in it, so we had neighbors giving us groceries, so that's why I like that
struggle,
passion.
man.
Man, we struggled. We really
it was just you, your mother, and your brother?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was also a good life. We had our own bedroom for the first time in our lives. My brother shared our whole life, And the bedroom was the size of a bathroom.
Was it?
We come out here and we got our own bedroom. This is when you could pay $850 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
The good old days. The good old days,
and Nellis, man. Shout out to Pacific Harbors.
Sahara,
But we struggled, but we didn't complain because my mother saw the difference. We transferred. We both had report cards that was all D's, and I think I had an F in math. In the next semester, my brother made the honor roll, A and B. I had A's, little B's, and a C in math.
Did you go to high school out here?
Las Vegas High School.
Oh, Las Vegas. Okay.
So I lied. So she didn't complain, even though my mother, we would hear her crying, and she was frustrated. She couldn't find work. But she never said we going back, and her job was waiting on her.
Really?
Because they didn't know. They didn't know if it was gonna work. So her job was slow to give her position up. My cousin still was holding on to our vehicle, But my mother was like, "I'm gonna keep y'all because I see the difference."
Yeah, I literally took that leap of faith. Literally took.
We moved here with a TV, flat screen TV, 2 suitcases. One I still own. I don't use it anymore, but I keep it as a reminder, keep me grounded.
Nostalgic, yeah.
And that's how we came.
Wow.
Started from scratch. We got all our furniture and stuff from the Goodwill. We had never heard of the thrift store until we moved out here.
Wow. Thrift store got it popping, man. You can find some stuff up in there, man.
We didn't have a vehicle for 3 years of being out here. So every basketball game, my mother would take the bus at night. We at the bus stop in uniforms, heading back to the house.
Wow.
People, all right, man, y'all, good game.
Yeah, good game. Yeah, and had
pulled off.
Yeah, it didn't know what was
so
up.
we struggle. So people don't really know that because they just think I'm just obsessed with the community work. No, man, it's I'm paying it forward.
Yeah,
I know what it feel like to not have nothing, man.
Yeah,
what?
you didn't have it. Yeah,
and been there.
Yeah. And speaking of that, what inspired you to get involved with community work?
Again, my background.
Your background. Moms did it.
Coming out here, not having, and then growing up in Chicago. My mother was always worked in spaces like Jesse Jackson with his campaigns and things like that. She was involved with a lot of the gang treaties, getting GDs and the Stones to
the G that was huge, man. That was huge.
So she was involved in that, and then even though my mother's father was a street guy, he was the guy that'll take a bunch of resources and he'll go to his housing development that's called Racine Courts. He'll give out groceries almost like some Nino Brown type stuff.
Okay. How Nino Brown used to hand out the turkeys and all that. Yeah. Okay. So, at least he tried to do something good with it though.
Always. And so that type of example, again, my mother picked up on it, gave it to us. In Chicago, I mean, it don't get more cultural than a city like Chicago, right?
Yeah, so, it's real super cultural though, huh?
Very. And when I was coming up, we had the heroes around, right? We got the Jesse Jacksons and, all these different pioneers still walking around us. You can't turn, even in the hood, without seeing murals of Malcolm X and Dr. King.
That's where Jesse was at. Jesse was on the ground in Chicago?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
He was in Chicago like 1969.
Yeah. So you really had just like a heart for it, man, huh?
Well, even our street dudes know Black history. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. We got guys that, real life killers, but they respect Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. So we grew up where no matter what life your life may have turned or what path you may have taken, you're going to know your history.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because all the heroes were street connected. Chairman Fred Hampton with the Black Panthers, he couldn't have organized if he didn't win the support of the Vice Lords.
Okay.
The Vice Lords
so he needed them street cats. He needed them street cats.
So all that I learned and saw, I saw dope dealers that would take care of the community, but also they do what they do.
They do what they do, yeah. But they getting that money and they using it for a good cause.
And I saw pastors, one of my pastors, my Chicago pastor, Bishop Michael Carter, the late Bishop Michael Carter, I saw him. He was a former street dude. They got changed into jail by a jail chaplain named Mother York, Consuelo York, who's an icon in Illinois. We saw him go into he wasn't scared of nobody. He would go into every hood in Chicago giving out resources. Everything I'm doing, again, there's a template I was following. People that did it before me. So I think I was inspired when I realized that a lot of I would say, what was around me wasn't doing certain things. People was too quiet when the police was killing us. We was too silent about poverty. So I was like, man, let me do what I know. This is what I know to do. So I just jumped in because I knew what I knew. Type of background I came from, and so it was easy to just get involved. Yeah.
Then did you do that kind of like early on when you came out here? Like it was like as soon as you got out, you did that kind of like started that early on, just from coming from Chicago?
A few years later. So we moved out here at 16, graduated 18, but in high school I was involved. We started a Bible study called Club SWAC, Students with a Godly Gift. I go off to college, I come back home. 19 years old, I get involved in the community. So literally a year after high school. So most of my friends was like, you've been doing this pretty much all our lives. It seemed like as long as we've been knowing you, you've been involved in the community. Because I got started literally 19 years old. June 14, 2014 was like my first protest. Doing the Mike Brown, all that type of stuff. And then from there, I just took off.
Wow.
And I've been in ever since then.
That's
no
crazy,
breaks,
man.
no vacation.
Nothing.
I've evolved. You know what I'm saying? You gotta update or you're gonna run slow.
You have to.
You dig what I'm saying? So I've elevated and evolved how I choose to activate my activism, but I've been consistent. Many have come, many fallen off, but I'm one of the last Mohicans from that 2014, generation that got involved with the struggle.
And just kept going.
Absolutely.
That's not. So when did you start the Stretch for Change Foundation? They kind of coincide or what?
So we started the Stretch. So take you back. So 2014, I started All Shades United. That was a group where I was trying to patent us off the Rainbow Coalition with Chairman Fred, building with other ethnicities to be revolutionary. 2014, 2019.
Still live on Facebook? Yeah. Okay. All right, go ahead.
2014 to 2019, we got All Shades. 2019, I discovered a revolutionary organization called New Era Detroit. They had chapters all around the country, and I wanted to bring a chapter to Las Vegas.
New Era?
New Era Las Vegas.
I think I heard of New Era.
So March 17th, I started New Era Las Vegas. I do New Era from 2019 to 2022. I resigned for personal reasons. I wasn't really balancing home, and mental health wasn't the best space. So I stepped down from New Era as leadership. But in the midst of that, I had started Stretch for Change in 2020 to kind of be, we needed official 501c3 status, and New Era didn't have one. So I opened up an office under the Stretch for Change Foundation name, and it was an office share between us and New Era Las Vegas. It was pretty much New Era headquarters, but it was in my foundation's name. So when I left in 22 of New Era, I just chose to focus completely on the Stretch for Change Foundation. So we was founded November 23rd, November 23rd, 2020.
2020.
The foundation
Man, and that was right at the height of that COVID, and that's like when all
George Floyd and all that.
George Floyd, all that was going on, man. It was a lot going on, huh?
It was like, and we seized the time. That's what made New Era Las Vegas and the work I was doing so unique, because when they was telling us to stay home, we were the only ones that was going into the projects in the hood giving out food. Now you see that everybody doing it.
Everybody doing it.
But we did it when it wasn't popular. And that's what has always made our work separate from other revolutionaries, at least people who associate with me, is that we're not going to wait till there's an issue or police killing. People need resources year round.
Right.
See, we like to serve, I call them seasonal service. We serve 4 times a year. We serve backpacks in August. We serve the Halloween candy.
Kids right on school.
Right. We serve the Halloween candy, the trunk for treats in October. We give out turkeys in Thanksgiving. We do the Christmas stuff in December. And then December 26th to August, we MIA. Like, folks don't need turkeys year round. People don't need toys year round. People don't need love. So the song said give love on Christmas Day, and that's all we do. I believe give love every day.
Right.
That's true. Be consistent with this thing. Consistency brings change.
Yes.
Fly by night, jumping on the bandwagon, doing it because it's popular. I'm not black because it's beneficial, right? And I'm not political because it's popular. I do it when it wasn't popular.
Right.
When activism could get you killed, I was out here in them streets getting arrested, boycotting, protesting. So things we did literally could have got us killed. This is no game. So now it's cool to be an activist. Everybody want to do it. I'm not knocking it, but again, we wasn't playing revolutionary dress up. We were serious and sincere about this thing.
And you got to be. And I seen some cats they kind of rode the wave when it was hot, but now they gone. And we talking about 5 years later, when 2020, when all the stuff was going on, but now they gone. The whole thing is gone.
I saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking people from stepping back, because I've shifted gears. My focus is a little more into the historian piece now, but I'm never gonna stop speaking and fighting for my people. I just have to evolve how it's done.
Right. You have to evolve as times evolve and stuff like that.
Because the movement's different. And not only that, I got tired of being an scapegoat. Another person told me one time, well, I didn't say nothing because I knew you was gonna do it. Hold on. Right? I always tell this story.
Like I was waiting on you.
Listen.
Okay.
I always tell this story about this brother contacted us when I had New Era, and he said, man, my sister's being discriminated. I think it was a restaurant somewhere on the strip, and he saw how we did the fresh, I call it Fresh No Less, but it was called Fresh and Less on West Side, selling bad meat. He wanted us to come in Fresh No Less and pretty much, do what we did at Fresh No Less and kind of stand for his sister. Right, shut it down, basically. And that's okay, but I'm gonna let you know when I get the brothers together, give you a date, you can show up. He said, hold on. I can't come. I work in corporate America. I said, what? This your sister. You want me to be a hero for your sister.
And he's not even ready to frontline it.
Come on.
Man.
So it's things like that. So I tell people all the time, because people are calling me, man, you gone soft, man. You ain't been speaking. It's your turn to speak.
It's your turn.
I've been doing this since I was 19 years old.
Takes more people. It takes more people, yeah.
And I'm not going to keep falling for the okie doke. People have to realize, brother, what I've sacrificed. The death threats is one element. I've lost 7 jobs to this work. Blackball, can't get certain opportunities. Not only has it affected me, it has also affected my spouse from eating, my family. When you're an activist and you're doing a level I'll do it, you got to do a lot of things different.
And that's the price and the cost that nobody sees that comes with it, right?
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
So people don't understand that it's not, it sounds like it's easy to do, but it's a sacrifice. So,
and then it's a part that everybody don't see.
That's right.
Like what you're talking about, the financial aspect,
That's right.
blackball. Like nobody want to go through that. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean? Yeah.
So we have to be careful when people come and say, man, the Lord put on my spirit, you should do. He ain't put on my spirit. How he speaking to you only about something got to do with me?
And he didn't run it by me.
So again, it's an escape goal. So we got to be careful. So I just said, look, I got probably more humbly, I got more courage than most people walking around me. I don't mind being the one to take the first hit.
Right.
But when they say, You in what army? We need to be like on Cooley High. Disciples!
Yeah, disciples.
He said, counts.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm screaming disciples. I'm sitting there with 2-3 people.
Yeah.
So sometimes for certain movements to work, you got to have the numbers.
Yeah, you have to.
Because
you
all
gotta have the people.
Man, come on.
People, yeah.
We do neighborhood patrols. We go into some communities, all type of things. We can't go and do a patrol with 4 dudes.
Yeah. You're going to be outnumbered.
Come
You're going to
on.
be outnumbered, yeah.
So so that's why I shifted gears. I miss the days we can block traffic and get arrested and do, because that's what my heart's at. I believe in civil disobedience. I believe in fighting for justice. But when I start realizing there's no cover, right?
Like nobody backing it.
There's no
nobody,
backing. There's no protection.
Yeah.
They compare me to Martin Luther King. You don't treat me like King.
Right.
King
that's true.
didn't punch no clock.
He had riders.
Come on.
And they was walking. You know what I mean? They was riders. Yeah.
Ask me what job King had. You think he punched the 9 to 5?
Right.
No.
He didn't.
When he traveled, brothers opened their homes for him, vehicles,
donations,
money.
and because they knew he was keeping it going, right?
And nobody judged that we was giving. Nowadays, preachers, y'all would make money out the movement. Y'all would make money out the people. How you supposed to provide for your family?
And then, it trips me out to knock on that. Like, it takes money, it takes funding to do this type of work.
Come on.
So what do you think it's going to come from?
And it takes money to make money. But here's my question. We always talk about the preachers and the activists, but you don't talk about these artists.
You're right.
These artists today, we ain't dealing with the Eartha Kitt, the Lena Horns, the people who stood for something.
Yeah, right.
Stevie Wonder said he wasn't going to perform until MLK Day was made a holiday. That famous birthday song,
that's what that's about.
That's about King.
Yeah, it took me years to realize that. I'm like, wait a minute, all this time, I didn't realize that. I used to play it. I'm a DJ, so I used to play it at every birthday, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's what that song was about?
That's right.
That's crazy, man. But they really stood for something.
That's right.
Your Nina Simone's and like all them type artists. Yeah.
So
wow.
So you have people that used to stand for something. The Sammy Davis Juniors. Until we see more of us in the crowd, we're not getting on stage.
Yeah.
These artists today, not all, but some. These artists today, most of them are bought and bossed.
Yeah.
So.
Tokens.
So come on.
Yeah.
So the way that leaders move today, we can't look at Kingdom. Even Malcolm X, people even tell me like, you move like Minister Farrakhan. Farrakhan get on stage with 30 dudes.
Yeah,
who are willing to not only die but kill.
Yeah, and they be deep too. Yeah, they deep. Yeah.
Somebody asked me, so what's gonna take for you to get back like you used to when y'all step y'all game up?
Yeah.
My heart and love ain't changed for this community, but I am no longer gonna keep sacrificing myself and my family, my livelihood. And I'm looking around,
and you front lining it, and you look behind, ain't nobody there.
I'm doing this for y'all.
Yeah,
like I said, I stepped up to the plate because there was no need, not because I ain't got nothing else to do with my time, right? And that took over me finishing my degree. I took over a lot of opportunities I missed. When most cats was 21 in the club at Dre's, I'm getting hauled off from the Venetian, getting arrested.
Wow.
My experience was totally different. I gave up my entire 20s for this work.
That's crazy,
right?
Man.
Like I was 19 and I blinked, and I'm like, dang, I'm 30
already.
Right. So now I'm like, man, it's time for me to still keep my hand on the pulse, but do it a different way because I'll be 60 years old, brother, with nothing to show besides some awards on the wall that mean really nothing because it can't transcend to anything that's going to keep us longevity. And again, I'm grateful for the awards I received, but my point is, awards are cool, but let's actually make some changes, some tangibles.
Yeah.
Malcolm and Martin pissed right now.
Yeah.
Tell you right now, you talking about flipping in their grave?
Right. Turning over.
On.
Yeah, turning over, man.
All the streets King got in his name, it ain't nothing but dope, it ain't nothing but crime.
It's crazy that you say that because you can go to any street in United States and it's in a predominantly black or hood area, Martin Luther King.
And it's strategic.
Even here, it cuts off at Craig and it turns into Camino El Norte. It's like, that's enough right there. You know what I mean? That's insane, man. That is insane, bro. Another thing I want to touch on, man, that how did you get into the historian piece of Las Vegas documenting it, man? Because I've seen a lot of your clips and stuff on TikTok and Facebook, man. You're pretty deep. And how did that evolve?
Well, thank you. So I really started studying because I was trying to understand how people move here in terms of, because I believe for you to really be successful with fighting for people in a particular city, you got to know the history of that city.
Yeah, how they done it. Yeah.
So that's how I started. I started, studying the Ruby Duncans, the Mary Wesleys, people like that. And I said, oh, wow, Vegas, because I was under the pretense Vegas had no culture, no history, no nothing.
And let me stop you right there. Why do you think they say that Vegas has no culture?
Because people just don't talk about what has happened. People are very low key here, and people are proud, but they're proud in silos, and they're just more of an internal thing. It's not like I said, Chicago. You can't turn without seeing a mural.
It's super cultural in Chicago, and that's crazy because you're not even from here, but you took it upon yourself to really document it and kind of front line that Vegas does have a culture.
Oh yeah, it's a big culture,
Yeah.
and people here are proud of it. But again, it's just it hasn't been preserved the best. Chicago, you know, we have buildings since the 1800s that they'll kill you if you tear down. Still standing.
Yeah.
There are restaurants, people where that was your great granddaddy.
Yeah,
Harold's Chicken has been
generations
around since
went
the
there.
40s.
Yeah, okay. They
His
go
kids
back
and
like that?
grandkids still running it.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So Vegas, we've allowed the tourism community. This is one of them cities where the tourism has always led the city.
And that's pretty much the money. That is what it is.
So when you're trying to honor tourists, we've always been a tourism first, then the residents get slighted. So that's why the history has been
kind of marginalized, man.
And pushed to the back and slighted because they care about the tourists. But once I started studying in 2018, I decided I wanted to write a book about Las Vegas Black history. And the timing just wasn't right. So I stopped and changed the name. Then I said, I'm going to do a book on the Panthers. I couldn't really get enough information about the Las Vegas Panthers like I wanted to.
They had a chapter here?
2 chapters here. One 1970, one 1976. And so I said, you know what? Let's revisit that book about the Black history. Because somebody said, we need a book that's like a Bible, quote unquote, of everything Black Las Vegas in a condensed version.
Yeah.
And so last year, I decided I'm gonna write a book. So I'm writing a book right now. Right now, the working title is called Betting on Black Las Vegas.
Okay.
And
like
from there, I said last year, February, we're gonna do Black History tours. John and Margaret Belverton Black History. John and Margaret Belverton were the first Black folks to make Las Vegas a permanent home. So there were Black people who came here to help build the railroad in 1904, 1905 when they make this is a railroad town. But the Belvertons stayed. They decided to say, we're gonna make, we're gonna be the ones that's gonna make this a residence for us. And they were consistent. So they're the first to make it a permanent home. So learning that history, how many of us know John and Margaret Belverton's name, right? So when you start digging, and the thing about it, most of it is documented.
Yeah.
Like I found their obituaries.
Everything.
And all that. And Las Vegas was always nationally discussed. So when I started looking not only in the Vegas archives, but national papers.
Okay, start connecting other dots and stuff like that.
The Chicago Defender talked about Vegas since the 20s. People don't realize the Chicago Defender, which was the largest Black paper back in the day, they had people who were selling it in Las Vegas in the 20s.
Yeah.
So
and you got to think that was kind of like that Moulin Rouge is going on here, and we had a lot of history.
But I'm
here.
speaking before that.
Even before
because
that.
we started Las Vegas history in Moulin Rouge.
Okay, but it goes back
Black
further
people
than
been
that.
since 1907.
Okay.
So in the 20s, you talking about 1917, Jelly Roll Morton, who would be the Chris Brown, Michael Jackson of his day, performed here, right?
Okay.
And then you have the history in the 20s. Our NAACP chapter here was here since 1928. Before Moulin Rouge was even existing, there's 30 years of history nobody talks about.
Before that.
And so that's why I'm passionate about. Y'all and went from Las Vegas and jumped to Moulin Rouge. What happened before Moulin Rouge?
And it's a big old gap in between.
It's a huge gap. It's 30, 40 years we don't talk about.
That's a lot.
Right?
That's
the
a
World
lot.
War II history. People that came from Fordyce, Arkansas to Louisiana. It's people who are still living right now who was part of that migration.
A lot of people, it was a big South migration here.
Correct.
A lot of people, from what I understand.
So
I've been out here since 91.
In the early days, they came from Oklahoma, Texas, places like that.
Louisiana.
That was later on.
Later on, okay.
So when I say early days, I'm speaking from like 1920 on the U.S. 1920 census. There are 60 people on the U.S. census. Most of that 60 was from Texas and Oklahoma. On the 1910 census, there's 13 people. 13.
God.
And they came from like North Carolina, places like that. You don't get your Louisiana, your Arkansas people into the 40s, like 42, 43.
Like that was the next wave.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the second wave during World War II because they, for some reason, focused on those two small towns. And people came in droves. And it's word of mouth. Once your family get here, you're going to recruit uncles and aunts.
Yeah. Hey, man, we out west, man. Y'all better get out here, man.
So that population came in the 40s. But the first wave was your Texas, your Oklahomas. And it was very slow. Vegas was very small in the early days. It was blacks and whites got along good. It's not until the World War II where now they bringing in cats from Texas and the good boy mindset where they like, y'all kicking with niggas? Like, this ain't what we do?
Right.
And that's when they start putting up,
the
more of the
segregations and
exactly, and they moved us more to the west side. But we was building homes on the west side as early as like 1928, 29. There's articles of Ray Christian now working his home on the west side. They call it Old Town. Okay, so we've been on the west side since the 20s. But
that was probably some of them cats, like that era where cats was building their own homes, and that's what they did from the ground up. Yeah, that's what they did. And I found little small documentaries of some ladies who were interviewed in the 70s who had been here since the 30s. Talking about some of the early families that moved here. So everything I talk about
if it ain't been fact checked, I don't talk about it, right? So everything I talk
so
about
you
is
you
the
real
truth.
deep on your research
Correct.
game, man. Yeah,
and I'm looking at all papers. Again, the Afro-American, the Pittsburgh Courier, the California Eagle, which is the black paper that was
because all of them was talking about Vegas too.
Every last one.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
Since the 20s and 30s, you know, the Hoover Dam fight.
That
was the first form of resistance. That was your first level of activism. In 1932, them trying to fight to get black people to work on the Hoover Dam.
They didn't want to get them good jobs then, man, did they?
Out of 10,000, they gave 44 of us jobs.
What?
But this was national news. So Oscar DePriest, who was one of the first black congressmen since Reconstruction, he came out here. He spoke on it. They was arrested. All things we were doing today, they were doing back in the 30s.
But that made national news. That went around the world.
But all we care about is Moulin Rouge. Wow. So that's why I try to teach people. Like, listen, I'm not dissing Moulin Rouge. That's a powerful history. But it was things that was done that made it acceptable for people to come and build an interracial casino. Right?
And Moulin Rouge is just one bookmark in the whole thing of it. Yeah,
and we can't just jump to that because then we negate what made the ground ready for Moulin Rouge.
How do we even get there?
Correct.
How do we even get
there? If it wasn't for the fight that, you know, Arthur McCanton was doing with NAACP and the Colored Citizens Protection Labor Association, we wouldn't have had the race relations we had in the 50s, right? So they made the ground easier. And so by the time 55 came, Vegas was still, the strip was still segregated. We know that didn't integrate to 1960, but we had came a lot further than we was 10, 15 years prior.
Okay, we got a lot of progress.
Correct.
A lot of progress, yeah. Okay, man, on the D.Fos podcast, we're going to pause for a minute and take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Minsiter Strecth Sanders. We're getting into a lot. You got a deep history, brother. I mean, I done learned a lot from you, man, already, man. So we're going to pause for this commercial break on the D.Fos podcast, and we'll be right back. Looking to upgrade your style and fashion? Well, visit Dangerwear. Coat store owner Veronica Edwards will take care of all your clothing and fashion needs. They have suits. They have jackets, they have hats, they have accessories, they have whole suits, they have leisure suits. Everything, every style, every color to match your needs. Whether it be a wedding, whether it be a reception, whether it be clergy, it could be for business casual. It can be for a night out with you and your wife. They have something to fit your every need. Accessorize your look with matching shoes, ties, watches, sunglasses, hats. Don't just wear the look, own the look. For those who want to live dangerous. Stay up on the latest fashions and trends. Dangerwear, men's fashion and clothing store, located at 1030 North Rancho.
Success isn't accidental, it's intentional. At Elite Pro Biz Services, we provide luxury-level solutions for entrepreneurs who demand more. From strategic tax preparation and business formation, to CRM systems, funding opportunities, marketing packages, and elite coaching, we help you build with confidence and clarity. Plus, unlock 40+ exclusive business ebooks to sharpen your mindset and strategy. Elevate your vision, strengthen your foundation. Visit EliteProBizServices.com and schedule your private consultation today. Elite Pro Biz Services. Wealth, business, and dreams, all in one place.
This isn't just a haircut. This is attention to detail. Precision. Time set aside just for you. No rush. No chaos. Just a clean fade, done right. If you're looking for consistency, privacy, and a barber that actually listens, then book your next appointment. Experience the difference. Sharp and Prosper Barber Studio, 7581 West Lake Mead Boulevard, Suite 130. See you soon.
All right, we're back on the D.Fos podcast. Once again, thanks for our sponsors. Today, we with Minsiter Strecth Sanders, and we just got into a little bit of the history of Las Vegas. There's so much, man. But I want to ask you about that jacket you repping there, man. Phi Beta Sigma, man. I know they just celebrated 112 years, right?
That's
Founders
right.
Day, right?
That's
So
right.
Speak to us. How did you get involved with that, and how long have you been involved with that? Because that's a worldwide connection, man.
That's right. So big shout out to my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, local chapter Epsilon Psi Sigma, Las Vegas alumni chapter.
Okay.
So I've been a member to be 4 years, September 8th. I'm second generation Greek, so my father's a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So I grew up around, the D9, pretty much all
they
my life.
two separate deals, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But we're
Okay.
all
So
members
what
of
made you
Divine Nine.
choose
So,
this one, this particular one?
So I chose them, and I think Sigma also chose me. Just being, knowing the history of Phi Beta Sigma and the brothers I was around. I was around as an activist. Ruben Da Silva, Sigma, Twix, Sigma, DJ
Twix,
Thump,
Sigma.
right?
Thump all them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm around all these brothers that's making moves. They all Sigmas. I was working at Matt Kelly at the time.
Okay.
And the brothers was coming to feed the school for teacher appreciation. 75 staff members. Brother said, man, Matt Kelly colors royal blue. He said, man, you look good in that royal blue. And I was like, what I got to do? But before that, our past media president, Michael Hollis, came to a New Era Hood to Hood event we used to do. He was like, man, you a Sigma. So for like 3-4 years, the C's was just playing around me. Prior to that, I was, I'm also a member of Prince Hall Masons.
Okay.
And so I was a Mason for a year. So I just always grew up in Chicago seeing any brother that was about some type of substance.
Okay. They was
He was a
affiliated
Mason,
with something, yeah.
or he was in the Divine Nine, or he was both.
Okay.
So I knew my whole life, I'm going to do both, right? Because it's not about, who you know, it's who knows you.
Who knows you, right? And they had seen you was on their radar, kind of like,
100%.
okay.
And with Sigma, we have a brother by the name of A. Philip Randolph, who people don't talk enough about. He's the one that started the first black union with the Pullman porters, the sleeping porters, sleeping car porters union.
Okay.
And you don't get MLK without A. Philip Randolph.
Wow.
The March on Washington was his idea back in 1947.
Okay.
46
So that's
around that
cats you
time.
don't even know about.
Correct.
That really had a big,
And people Google A. Philip Randolph. They like, this brother did a whole lot. He spoke at the March on Washington in 1963.
Did he?
He's a Sigma. And that's one of few. Hugh P. Newton, right? The co-founder of the Black Panther Party.
Okay.
He joined undergrad for the Sigma. So when you learn these history, and I'm a big Panther fan, a historian of their history, so when it was a no-brainer.
It was just like a natural fit.
100%.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
and I love the fact that we are the only one in D9 that's constitutionally bound to actual sister sorority, which is the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, and then what is the D9?
The Divine, it's called the Divine Nine. It's a National Panhellenic Council known as the Divine Nine. My wife is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
So when a Sigma's married to a Zeta, it's called Dove Love. So I love that because it gives us something
that's
else
like
to
the
bond
woman's
over.
version of it, the woman's
Correct.
Okay.
But we're the only ones that Alphas claim the AKAs, Deltas claim the Qs.
Okay.
And they claim.
Okay.
We're
They
not
claim.
claiming. We're actually, like when I was online, I had to learn Zeta founders and vice versa with my wife.
Okay.
So that made us, even closer with our bond because now we got things we can go out to together. So I love it. I love that, all my children who wish to go D9 will probably be in the blue and white.
Okay.
That's what our money paying for.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And y'all rep hard, man.
Yeah,
y'all rep hard.
We do.
Dude.
And so I'm proud because it gives me something to be part of something that's bigger than myself.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to attach myself to causes that are larger than me. And it's humbling because when I'm with them, I'm not this Minsiter Strecth, this big community leader. I'm just Stretch. What's up, Stretch?
You fit right in
I
with
fit right
them.
in, man.
Right.
We
That's how it should be.
And I also serve currently as our chapter historian. I'm also the director of our social actions. All the outreach, I'm the one that's over that.
That's perfect. You the historian for Phi Beta Sigma. So you
our local chapter.
So you dig into the history of that from the Vegas side of it.
Correct.
Okay.
Along with the director of our outreach program, which is social action.
I mean, you talking about wearing many hats. Man, you have plenty of hats, man.
Man, listen, there's a saying that says, if you do not fulfill your purpose on earth, you're going to get sent back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so you got to come here and work.
Right.
I'm not going to be here forever. And meaning, I may live to be 100, but is that forever? No.
Yeah.
So don't waste.
Yeah.
The graveyard is the largest and the most richest place. Said it again. The graveyard is the most richest and the largest place. And in that graveyard is all those unfinished written books.
Yeah.
The degrees you didn't go back to get. The kids you didn't raise.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
don't waste your potential, right?
And
The
leave it on
greatest-
the table.
Come on.
Yeah.
And in the graveyard.
Yeah.
The greatest thing you can do is discover your purpose and discover why you were born to do what you do. So people say, man, how you do everything you do? Because this is all planned. I knew as a little boy I wanted to get married and have a family.
Yeah.
When I was
that's
watching
good.
Family Matters, The Fresh Prince, The
Cosby
Cosby
Show, yeah,
Good
all
Times,
that, yeah,
Jefferson.
yeah,
I took all those TV dads. You would see a little bit of me how I do
Can't
my
forget
family.
Good Times.
I said that. I
Yeah,
said that.
okay,
Good
Good Times.
Times.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when you look at how my wife feels, I'm so romantic and I'm this Renaissance man. That's my Cliff Huxtable. When my wife sees my protective and that man will come out.
Yeah.
That's my James on Good Times.
Okay, right,
That entrepreneurship,
right.
owning business. That's my George Jefferson.
Yeah, that's
right?
all of it.
That
all
loving
incorporated.
embracement. That's my Uncle Phil. That's my Carl
That's
Winslow.
Good. That's
so
good.
I
That's
didn't have no
good,
dad.
bro.
I had to look at TV dad.
Yeah,
That's what raised me.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was a good
So-
era. That was a good era. Them
It was a
TV
wonderful
days,
era.
man. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's why I believe, man, we got to figure out what the purpose is and don't waste no time. You know, because
and purpose
life's too
gives
short.
you the energy.
That's right.
You know, the passion. Like you know, like it's like me. I don't need an alarm clock to wake. I'm waking up because I can't wait to get to it. You know what I mean? So that's phenomenal. At least you knew that at an early age, and you knew like this is what's God done put in me. You know what I mean? This is what I'm gifted to do. So I'm gonna run with it, man.
And when you don't have a goal and clear direction, you make some detrimental mistakes.
You do.
We're gonna
You
make
do.
mistakes because we're human, but there's some mistakes you just shouldn't be making.
Yeah.
Right.
What they say is it's rubber balls and it's glass balls.
That's right.
Some you can bounce back from and some are bust. So
100%.
some you can't. You know what I
100%.
mean?
So when you know, I feel because I am who I am, it has given some level of pressure. Where I probably would have made some mistakes if I was not this Minsiter Stretch who I am.
Yes, that's
so
true.
pressure
yeah.
can be healthy if it's balanced right. You know, pressure can make diamonds or it can bust pipes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
absolutely.
about how it's applied.
Yeah, how it's
so I try
applied.
to apply it in a way, but I've also known that it was times where, again, I've almost lost my marriage, everything I had, because I wasn't balancing right.
Yeah.
So I know
yeah.
what also it
so
looks
that
like to make
balance
those
is
mistakes.
key.
Of course.
It's key, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Once you learn that balance, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, yeah.
But my
that's
wife
a key.
understands, and my family also knows that I have to do my calling, right? Now, my calling is to help people, but my assignment has changed. See, your purpose and calling is going to always be the same. Whatever you were sent to do, is going to do. But the way you do it will evolve.
The way you go about it.
And when you don't know when to pivot, that's also dangerous. People be harping on things too long, and it's like, man, you have missed the mark.
Yeah.
You got to know the
yeah,
season.
Yeah.
If
that's
I
true.
come out with a fur coat, that's a $10,000 mink, but it's July in Las Vegas.
You out of season.
Brother, what take that hot coat
Yeah,
off.
right,
If I
right.
got on a $10,000 outfit, shorts, and flip-flops, and I'm in Chicago in January,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
where's your coat and your clothes?
You done
So
missed the
sometimes,
season. Yeah, you done missed the
sometimes
season.
you can do things the right way, but you're out of season.
Yeah, yeah.
So everything I do, I try to make sure, am I in alignment with that season? So that's why I do what I do. That's why I join the groups. I want to do it all because, you know, that's your legacy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? You only
That's
live one
true.
time.
Yeah.
So, you know, live the best way.
Right. And I never want to overstay my season in anything. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? Yeah, that's true, man. Let's talk about a couple of things you put together, man. That 1,000 Men March, that was just recently, right?
October 11th. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
October 11th. That was right there down at the Martin Luther King Center, right? Yeah. So what inspired that, man? And what was the goal in that? I came through there that time, too.
Yes,
I was
sir.
nice, though, man. What inspired that?
So being from Chicago, I grew up, you know,
Seeing that type, them
seeing
type
the
of
nation,
events?
being
Okay.
close. We used to go to this fish market that's right across from the Mosque Miriam in Chicago.
Okay.
So grew up respecting the brothers. I moved here. I got really acquainted with the Muhammad Mosque 75. And so I've always respected him. And Minsiter Farrakhan, somebody I listen to on a weekly basis. Like it's
Yeah,
part of like
yeah.
my mental health routine.
Right. And he's still going strong,
Still going
too,
strong.
man. Yeah.
And so when I got hip to the nation teachings of the minister, you know, even though I am a Christian, you know, Baptist specifically, I stopped eating meat. You know, stopped
Okay.
eating certain things because of the
Okay.
minister. I changed my diet, stopped eating pork. You know, so the teachings of Minsiter Farrakhan.
Did you read the book How to Eat to Live?
Several times?
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
so
small
crazy.
book.
Yeah,
several
it's a
times.
small book.
When I finished,
There's
that
much in
was
it,
my
man.
last day eating pork.
Really?
I've been eating
Yeah.
pork since November 2016 from that book.
Wow, man.
I read Minsiter the Black Man 6 times.
Really?
You know, so those are things that cleaned me up.
Yeah, okay.
That, you know,
yeah,
they got
yeah.
me more, you know, to be one of a man and want to fight for my community and speak
Okay.
up and things like that. So that's how it started. So I felt when I knew the 30th anniversary of the Mean Man March was coming up, I said, man, we got to honor this
We
march.
got to do something. Oh, I
And
see.
so I
see.
assembled 20 brothers and we met, you know, every Monday, you know, for almost over a year, you know.
leading up into it. Now, you said something key right now. You said it was the 30th year anniversary there?
That's right.
How old are you?
I'm 30. So I was 6
So
months
how crazy is that?
when that march took place.
Wow, dude.
6 months old.
30th year anniversary.
But when I
Wow.
discovered it, I said, this is, you know, to have 1 million men be called, 2 million show up.
Yeah.
It's powerful,
yeah.
right?
It blew it out, didn't it? Blew
Man.
it out. Yeah.
So in Las Vegas, we did 1,000 to play on the million.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get that 1,000. We had about 400 something. But that's okay.
That's still
though.
solid. You,
That's
you
right.
still got you still shot for a goal, but that's
That's
still
right.
solid.
But
It's
I
hard
will
to get
say-
4 people together.
But I'm glad you brought it up because I'm gonna do a little fussing.
Mm-hmm.
We do need to understand that sometimes we can't always settle on E for effort.
Yes.
Now, get me wrong, I'm
true.
not knocking it because brothers,
That's true.
we work. You know,
That's
one of the
true.
brothers I'm with now, he was on our planning team, and so he know firsthand. We did all we could. We went out. We had street teams. We gave out flyers.
Yeah.
But I will say, out of love, shame on those brothers who could have came and chose not to.
Right.
Because that thing can't be, I'm neutral. Some things got to be a line in the sand,
Yeah,
whether you with us or you not.
You stand on one side or the other.
Because
You know what I mean?
if we're not focused and if we're not committed to changing the way we think, unity changes. I know men
does.
personally who
It
came to
does.
the Million Man March and left and got back in their kids' lives, respected their women better because you around this. It's energy. It's high energy.
Yeah, and it's
So,
contagious. You around
100%.
that- Yeah.
Cowardice is contagious. So is courage. Right. It's all about what you put out. So the fact that we had a chance for 1,000 brothers, I know we promoted to over 3,000.
Yeah, I
So
seen
for
it. Yeah,
400
y'all had
to
a
show
lot.
up, it was like, man, I'm grateful, but it was a bittersweet of like, we got to do better, fellas. We do. Like,
And how
it's-
often do opportunities come around like that?
Thank you.
Something like that. Like make the extra effort to come show up and represent.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Make
because
the extra
don't
effort,
call
man.
me when your son get killed.
Right.
Don't call me to no funeral. Don't call me when when you get arrested. Like, we wait till stuff hit the fan instead of organizing now.
Yeah.
It was coming to Ray that said, we know we not outnumbered, we out organized.
Out organized.
We
And that's
gotta-
huge. That's
Come on.
huge. Yeah.
We can't just be black doing Juneteenth and Kwanzaa.
Right.
and Black History
yeah,
Month.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when brothers
yeah.
put out calls saying, I need 1,000 brothers, man, it should have been bukus of
It
brothers.
should- we should have been turning
shut the
people
streets
away.
down.
Yeah, it should have been 2,000-3,000.
A safety
you know what I mean?
hazard.
Yeah.
And brothers
yeah,
telling
yeah.
me to my face, yeah, man, that's not my type of thing. Brother, we talking about brothers, because the message was,
And it was
brothers,
unity. It wasn't nothing but unity, right?
And the message that we all put out was, brothers, if there's 3 things you're struggling with, commit right now to cut out 2. If
That's
it's
good.
5 things, you take out 3.
Yeah, that's good.
Put
That's
down that
good.
marijuana. Put down that alcohol. If it's any vices, addiction, pornography, whatever it is, that second woman that's beating you, whatever you're struggling with that you know you need to change, not what we saying change. Examine
you
what
know.
you want to change
Yeah.
and cut out. Get back in your kids' lives.
Yeah.
Go back to school. Get that trade. It was all messages of empowerment.
Yeah, all honorable stuff. All
Put down
honorable-
them
yeah.
weapons, brother, and
Yeah,
pick up a
yeah,
book.
Yeah.
We talking about books over bullets, right? So for brothers to not take advantage of that, man, it was disheartening.
Yeah.
It was hard for me
shows
to
you
be
where they
excited
at,
because
too,
I'm like, oh man, I love this event, but it's like, where the brothers at?
where the brothers
So
at.
I'm no longer gonna be, because people always say, well, Stretch, at least those who came was there, man. That's cool. But that accountability, I'm gonna hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Brothers
hold
should
you
have came,
accountable,
right?
Yeah. And that was a prime opportunity to pivot, change your life, do some stuff. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I feel you on
And we
that.
worked hard. But man, money was invested.
Yeah, to
You know what I'm
organize
saying?
that, man, like that
every
that's
Monday,
a lot.
bro,
That's a lot.
every Monday we on a Zoom call from 6 to almost 10 o'clock at night. You got 20 brothers on the phone.
Just the logistics alone of that. Yeah, just putting that together.
Just
Yeah,
the
you had the
barriers
vendors out there.
Just
you had
the
everything.
barriers alone to block the street was $3,000-$4,000.
God.
Cats came out of pocket for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? T-shirts we had, memorabilia we had.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, it's hard to not be frustrated when it's like, man, what we doing?
What we doing?
But y'all
What
study
we
saying we need to, stop, keep the peace and all this. Here's a chance to do that. And again, we're not gonna stop. Like, there's talks of us even maybe doing something similar this year. But the whole point is that stuff gets exhausting
Yeah, it does.
when you
yeah.
put all you have into something and there's no return of investment.
When the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Like
Huh?
we putting
Come
all
on.
this into it, man, and this is all we getting, man.
That's
like,
right.
wow, man.
But you know
I
what? We're
feel
going
you. I
we gonna
feel
keep
you.
squeezing. But I
Yeah.
do want brothers to know, man, no, I was happy for the 400 that came, but those that didn't, man, shame on y'all
Shame
brothers.
on y'all. Shame.
You
Especially
know?
when you had the opportunity to come.
Because youngsters was there. You
yeah.
got shorties watching
I
this.
did see, yeah.
Right?
And that's the next generation.
Come
They
on.
looking at how it's done now.
Come on. We
yeah.
want to inspire brothers, man. You can own a business, brother. You can have 4-5 degrees.
Yeah.
They say when it comes to education, they say it's only 1/4 information and it's 3/4 encouragement. We don't do certain things, brother, because we don't believe we can do it.
We don't believe y'all.
As
That's
I
the
always
key.
say, what you think in your head, you're going to have in your hands.
Right,
Huh?
right.
What you
That's
think in your head, you're going
That's
to have in your
where,
hands.
that's
So
where
if you
it
don't
starts
think
at.
it, you ain't going to do it.
You ain't going to do it.
Brothers
Yeah,
don't
I
just
agree.
kill because they just start being killers. They thought about that,
They
that
thought
thought,
about that.
right?
It was
We're
manifested,
trying
yeah.
to change the thought process. That only can happen through unity and harmony among
Yeah.
brothers.
And getting around other brothers, talking.
That's right.
Showing, yeah.
That's
I
right.
agree. I
See,
agree.
brother, what you do? You got Airbnb, so I ain't got to sell rock. I can own a business, yes.
Yeah, right.
But
That's
you've been
true.
convinced Right? That's why when I teach history, it's because history is healing.
Yeah.
The greatest number that our enemy done on us was removing our knowledge of self.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
we
don't
didn't
have
know.
come on.
Yeah, we couldn't study.
When you don't
that.
have a knowledge of self, they ripped us of our God, of our culture, turned us inside out, upside down, flipped us around. Now we all backwards and confused.
Yeah.
Now we loving what we should hate and we hating what we should love.
Yeah.
What's only
100%.
remedy that's gonna turn that around, besides God himself, is knowledge of self.
Knowledge
Because
of
when you
self,
know
right.
yourself,
Yeah.
you love yourself.
Yeah.
And when you love yourself, you love others. And when you get to that point, now you want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why we teach knowledge of self, because in the word brother is other. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
B-R-O-T-H-E-R.
That's
So if
key.
I view every black man as my brother, I can't kill my brother. I can't call my brother the nigga. I can't hurt my brother. And the black woman is the mother of civilization. Is she not?
Yep.
So
The queen.
therefore, in the word mother is other.
That's
if
other.
I view every black woman as a mother figure, I can't call her the B word, the H word,
You
respect
can't,
her, down her, because I see her as the second self of God. Right?
And you know what? Queens give birth to kings.
That's right.
You know,
That's
so
right.
That's
so
key.
that's why we teach know your history. Know that right after slavery, you had 20 black people that was in office. In 1920, 14 million of us owned land. There was a black district. We talk about Jackson Street, but don't forget, Seattle had the Central District. Chicago had Bronzeville. New York had Harlem.
So it was big. Yeah,
LA
it's
had
big.
the U.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh had the Hill. All
And
over the
what was,
country. Tulsa
but
had
what was Black
Greenwood.
Wall Street? Yeah,
Greenwood.
Greenwood. Okay, yeah.
So this
Greenwood,
wasn't
yeah.
just no local. This was all over the country. But again, the greatest trick they put on us was make us believe we ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
So if we ain't did nothing, why try?
And then they stop it. They make it seem like it starts at slavery.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's all it goes from slavery on up. Yeah.
But
That's
then
true.
we not even teaching properly, because after slavery, we did some great stuff. They make it seem like we were slaves, got free, and we ain't pop up to civil rights movement. No.
Yeah.
And we didn't come as a slave. We came here as scientists, as doctors, as physicians, all type of things, and we were turned into being enslaved.
Yeah.
But even then, we're a resilient people. But if we don't teach, so that's why when I do the history, I'm not just a person that just talk about, I'm just obsessed. No, I'm trying to hopefully talk about the history so we can know if they built Jackson Street in 1942 with very little.
How did they do it? What did they do? You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And what they did was they went to the city and petitioned a district. They didn't just set up shop. They was actually given permission to start a business district with restaurants and things like that. If they did it in the 40s with very little resources, you talk about men, they building their own property.
Right.
Like my grandma told me, she said, you throw my grandfather in the woods with lumber and stuff, you come back, he got a house
He
built.
gonna have a house. Yeah.
You
that was
told
them
me-
type of cats. That was
Jack,
them
you
men.
told me you gonna be sitting there, that wood gonna be sitting next to me, you get back, ain't
Right.
gonna be a house built, ain't gonna be nothing. I
Right,
can't build 2-3
right,
nails together.
right,
But
right.
them men could.
They could.
Right.
It was a whole different
so
generation.
Again,
Yeah.
that's what we gotta push. Doing for self. Do for self.
Do
Stop
for self,
begging.
knowledge of self.
Come on.
Yeah,
Stop begging those that can do when you can do for yourself. Everything we need is among us.
Right,
80-20.
right.
80% of your resources should go to your own community. It's not, this is no racist, no prejudice. It's just, I love
It's just
everybody.
our community, right.
I
It's
love
just
all
that's true.
ethnicities.
But we gotta do
need the
for our
support.
people, right.
We
You do.
need it.
Yeah,
If Jesus came back right now, what race you think he gonna be crying tears for? Us. He see how we getting treated. So you gotta support those that need to support.
Yeah, and we're
Right?
supposed to be this great people. And I'm like, man, what happened then? You know, if you look at the history, we talked about, they was just great people. But what happened? You know what I mean?
We got comfortable.
Yeah, we got
comfortable. We got a couple. There's a saying that says, I think Chairman Mao says, take the concessions, but don't compromise your morals. We start getting concessions, meaning first black person here, first black person there. We got relaxed.
Yeah,
I never get relaxed. I don't care what elected official you see me grinning and skinning with, what white person I may be friends with. I'm never gonna get comfortable. I have an assignment to do. Because when you get comfortable, you get relaxed and you start thinking about me.
Yeah, and then you take your foot off the
Everything
gas.
I do is to make sure I make my family proud, God proud, God, my family, and my race.
In my race, right.
I'm an
That's
asset
huge.
to my race. I'm a credit to my race. When you watch elders speak back, they say, I wanted to go and be something to make my race proud. How many of us you hear use this type of language?
Right, that's true. You don't hear that.
Get it how I got it. Me and mine straight. There's an African proverb that says what's best for the family may not be good for community. Or what's good for the community is good for the family and community. When you take care of community, your family's a part of that.
That's true.
They're
They
gonna
all
make it.
encompassed in that
I'm
whole thing.
trying to tell
Yeah,
you, man. I go in restaurants that don't pay. And they say, well, so somebody left out and said, keep doing what you've been doing. They covered the food. My wife
That's you
gets that
putting in
treatment.
that work. You
get it back tenfold.
Yeah, you get it back.
I'm not doing it for that. It's nice to get
But
people
it
to treat.
comes to that. People respect that. Yeah,
because
people
when you
respect
take care of your
that.
community, people going to take care of you back.
Because they see the work you putting in too.
That's right. So I teach that. 90% of my message is telling the black people, for us to straighten up and fly right. It's time for us to stop begging, stop pleading, stop looking this way, looking everything we need. God has already told us, get to work.
Get to work. Yeah.
It's already laid out. The map is already laid. But if we don't get it together, no, we're going to be reading history. We're going to become history.
We're going to become.
We're going back 100 years already, Jack. So we got to get it together.
Set back.
Come on.
Yeah.
So the time is now.
Yeah.
And that was the message we pushed at the 1,000 Black Man March.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was good. Well, man, we got one more question before we wrap it up, man. This might have to be a part 2, man, because this is a phenomenal conversation.
You want to bring me back?
Oh, I'm going to have to, man.
I'm honored.
And it's an ongoing conversation, man. But let me ask you this one question before we get out of here, man. And then we'll part with anything you want to leave your people with, man. What do you see as some of the biggest needs or the biggest need for the Black Las Vegas community or the Las Vegas community in general?
I think the biggest need is for us to learn how to work with each other without agreeing with one another.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I disagree with. I don't
Okay,
always
but we
vocalize
still be able to
disagreements.
work together.
100%. Because
Okay.
in the word organization is organ.
Okay.
We can't be organized until we are part of some organized body, whether it's groups or us coming together as one. An organ is with a function. The heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the liver.
Yeah.
What good is it to have a good heart and bad lungs?
Yeah.
It
you
all
don't
works
see
together.
the organ beefing with the heart.
It can't.
Yeah. Okay,
because it's different functions.
Right.
And nobody's going to say, man, I'm fully healthy, but I got bad liver.
Yeah.
If one organ is bad, you sick. So we all need each other. When you go into a store, there's 20 different brands of bread, 20 different brands of water. We don't have to compete with each other. We can work in harmony. So my message is we got to learn how to unify. We can agree and disagree. And we
still
can
be unity.
And still be unified. But we also can disagree once we get free.
Right.
See, when they killed Mike Brown, did they ask him, was he Muslim, was he Christian, was he gay? Was he? No, they saw black and it was a threat. While we worry about who we pray to, we the real pray. P-R-E-Y.
P-R-E-Y, right.
So we got to learn how to unify and come together, and that's my message to Black Las Vegas. Stop worrying about all this stuff that don't matter.
Right.
And let's put our money and put our resources. Mentor a child if you got it. Help a person in need. Give out growth. It's so much work that needs to be done. Find your lane, stay in your lane, and work your lane.
I heard that, brother. I heard that. Phenomenal, man. Anything you want to leave the people with, man, before we get out of here? Minsiter Strecth Sanders, the D.Fos podcast, man. Phenomenal conversation, brother. I appreciate your insight, your wisdom, your research. You really boots on the ground, man. So salute, man, and keep doing your thing, brother. Anything you want to leave the people with, man?
Well, I'm out of breath. I'm gonna say this. You got me you got me fired up, beloved. But I would say this. Just remember that people are hurting. I know what it feels like to go into the world and you say you're okay when you're really not.
Yes.
So my encouragement, no matter what people are dealing with, just know it's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Be encouraged because people are suicidal, people are depressed, people need love. That's why I always say, take that love and put it in action. Don't talk about it, be about it, because somebody needs. Hug somebody, text somebody you know you
never know what they're dealing with.
You never, and I'm speaking as a person, again, has been a public figure for 11 years. I've come out into the world. I've been on panels, and I'm thinking, man, this ain't gonna work. I can't keep doing this.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
So you never know. So love on somebody. People need love. And as I was always taught, and my mother always says, love and kindness, these things are free.
Yeah, they are.
Right?
Yeah.
It don't cost a thing to smile, right? Don't have to pay the last. And they already said, so just love somebody. Don't give love on Christmas Day. Give love every day.
Every day.
Choose today to make a difference. Not just $1. Choose today to empower, to encourage. Say, I'm proud of you. Anytime I talk to somebody I know, I'm always encouraging them and saying, man, be encouraged, man. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good. And sometimes they just need to hear that.
We all need it.
Yeah, we need to hear that.
Because if we don't hear that all the time, we battling with the negative thoughts.
Yeah.
So my encouragement in closing is just choose to embrace your purpose. Choose to love yourself, love somebody else as well, and just be kind. Help a person in need and make a difference. And God bless you, bro. Thank you.
Hey, absolutely. God bless, man. Appreciate you, Minsiter Strecth Sanders, man. Gorilla Cross Studio, my man Quan. We're going to get up out of here, the D.Fos podcast. Appreciate everybody for logging on, tuning in. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode. Minsiter Strecth Sanders.
Thank you, brother.
It was an honor, brother. And we out of here, man. Peace.